Greetings, ghouls and gamers. I'm going to let the intro to the game run. Shows all of the different turtles and their weapons. And the best turtle with the best weapon is definitely Donatello. Surprisingly, Raphael and Michelangelo are almost useless. Well, that's alright because you're about to steal its lunch money, John. So am I. Shredder is kidnapping April because just tying up and kidnapping women in the 80s is what was done. This game, you don't have to go down every sewer and explore every area of this game. There are a lot of dead ends. Guess it adds to the exploration aspect of the game, but... Oof. Using Donatello to take out Bebop here. Usually he doesn't follow me this far over and jump into me like that. That kind of sucked. Gonna stick with Donatello through most of this, as that's just the way to play the game. This weapon has the best reach, does the most damage, even though it has the worst lag and it's a little hard to control. The mini bosses are kind of lame. It's just a random enemy, normal enemy. You will see me attacking in all directions. I'll go ahead and show the gondola to get it out of the way. You can move around when you're attacking usually, but when you're crouched, you can't move while you're attacking. However, due to the way the jump physics work, if you land right after, well, if you attack downwards right after you land, you'll kind of slide around like that. There's a way to manipulate that by just holding the jump button, and if you're holding the jump button with Leo and Donatello here, you can just keep attacking downwards while you move around. Can't do it with Michelangelo or Raphael. Not sure why. Just a funny little thing with the code, I'm assuming. Kinda want those. So you can stand up here and cheese Rocksteady, but I don't want to play it that way. I'd rather beat him that way. That went way too well. I'm pretty sure this will all go downhill later. So here's the infamous second stage, and everybody complains about the underwater section of this, but it's really not that bad. What's going to be bad is just the normal enemies. I think I can show a ledge clip here. A lot of ledges. If you can jump a little higher than the ledge, if you hold in the direction of the ledge, you'll be able to pop on top of the ledge like that. I can't really do it consistently. I think I got lucky on the first try there. I honestly could be using Leo through here. A lot of these enemies are a bit of a pain to actually hit with Donatello. I say that and I just take down a large bunch of them there. So the weapon drops happen sometimes after you defeat 25 enemies. You can get boomerangs, shurikens, and a set of 3 shurikens. However, those are not the best weapon in the game. I'll be looking for the best weapon in the game in a little bit. I'm nailing these clips first try. It's probably not going to keep going that way. So if a video drops, which video dropped last night, or if anything gets funky with the audio, if you're watching, just let me know in the chat. I don't even really need to go over here. Well, I'll do it for Leo. We're basically gonna be sacrificing Michelangelo and Raphael to the seaweed in a little bit anyway. This jump right here is horrible. It's really hard to land. It's just got to be kind of pixel perfect. And I got it. Sounds like somebody's ringtone is on. I don't know if anybody heard that in the chat, but it's an owl, but it sounds like a drunk dog. That's Amanda's. Okay, so I'm going to start off just with Raph here. My boy Raphael. And you can kind of get through this underwater area by timing everything. I want to think that the electricity here, the timing of it is determined by when you press start at the beginning of the game. I'm not entirely sure if that's correct, but if I'm wrong, just correct me on it. I think part of the problem playing through this as a kid is the swimming controls are just a little weird. There are currents and stuff that'll drag you in different directions. And not knowing where the mines are, or the bombs, is part of the problem. When you've got it all routed out, when you know where they're at, it's not too bad. There's a point at which I'll stop trying to evade everything and probably just take a bunch of damage. The point is not just here yet. So, maybe it is. There's a current that pulls me towards that one. And there's just about no way to get out of that without taking damage. This right here is horrible. Infamous area. It's really hard to avoid the seaweed. About to start taking damage. We've got a minute left and I don't want to hang around too much. Switch turtles. My timing is going to be way off now. I'm probably going to take quite a bit of damage. Say that, but the little weights aren't too bad. This can be a little rough. The seaweed at the bottom, if it catches you, I mean, that's it. I got this. There's no way to not take damage right there, so... And done. Hardest part of the game, right? Not at all. Let me check the chats. Alright, I think John's the only body that's in here watching. Thanks, John. Last night was pretty poppin'. I just had a lot of stream issues. The Elgato kept dropping the game for some reason. I think it's got something to do with the USB cable I was using. Shredder's just kidnapping everybody. Don't know why. It's kind of his thing, I guess. So this third stage is huge. As a kid, this is where I would get stuck, just not knowing where to go and what to do. I guess back then you had to have the right Nintendo power to know what you were doing. First thing to do is to go through here, because there are missiles for the party wagon that you need to pick up. Get up there! Okay. We got an enemy change. I am not sure exactly what RNG determines which enemies appear at what time. It's just weird how they switch off so much. Usually there's 2 different sets of enemies within an area. Yeah, we pick up 10 missiles at a time, and you can probably get through with 10. I'll go for 20. This is an infamous jump right here. I clipped to get up here, but it's not really a jump. You just hold the direction over the hole, and you auto-hop, kinda. Nothing to it. There are bits of pizza everywhere, which is a good thing, because I usually end up needing them. I'm not gonna lie, so far I'm playing a lot better than I was late last night. It took me a while to get some extra stuff set for the stream. It has taken me a few days to actually get this working the way that I wanted it to. The delay with Donatello's attack, I'll never get used to it. I've been playing on this game for like a week straight now, and I still struggle. So, just to let you know how I'm playing this game right now, this is an original cartridge being played on a retro USB AVS, and the AVS is a clone system. It's a very nice clone system. Probably the best one that's currently available on the market. That's so satisfying to knock all those out at once. With the AVS, you don't get save states and all that sorts of stuff. It's just an FPGA system, if I'm remembering correctly. Was a redesigned NES from the ground up. You can play this on the Cowabunga collection. I've got it on the Switch. The input lag's a little bit rough, but you can still make it through the game. Whatever turtle you've got selected when you're in the party wagon, that's the turtle that takes the damage. And I'm going to be going through this building a lot because weapons. I mentioned the weapon drops earlier. The best weapon in the best weapon in the game would be the scrolls. And you can only find the scrolls in certain areas. You don't get them as random drops. And this is one of those areas. I think this might be one of the first places you can actually pick up the scrolls. And they just deal a lot of damage and cut through everything. It's really nice. You'll see in a second. Keep getting random weapon drops too. The bad thing about picking up the scrolls is, like, if I picked up another weapon over top of the scrolls, it would override the scrolls. Anytime you pick up a weapon that changes the weapon you have, or if you don't have a weapon at all, it'll automatically select the weapon, which can be a bit of a pain. There's a pizza in here too. I'll go ahead and pick that up while I'm here. Getting to it's a little bit rough, but I'm going to do this over and over again. Last night when I played through, I kind of overstocked myself on the scrolls. I don't think I'm going to do that again. Unfortunately, this does get a little bit repetitive right here. Well, at least it spices things up by switching the enemies up, but... Ladder mechanics are kind of weird too. Like if you're in the middle of a ladder, you can't move left or right to jump off. But if you're off to the side a little bit, you can press left or right to jump off the ladder. Make it make sense. I don't know if I'm going to stop at 60 or 80 scrolls. 60 is probably more than enough, but I worry. I worry about the random weapon drops. Like I don't even want to bother with them this time. I like how some of the little flame enemies shoot straight up the wall. Ah. Hey, more boomerangs. Those tightrope things there will be necessary in the third stage. There's an optional route here in this stage that require the, I don't know if they're tight ropes, grappling hooks, whatever. But I'm not going to take that optional route. And against my better judgment, I'm going to go get one more thing of scrolls. I was going to say against my better judgment, I'm going to just go ahead and move forward. But I need the scrolls. I know I need them. I am too dependent on them. I am not sure if I could ever do a no-sub weapon run of this game. Probably not. I am not really that good at it. Alright, moving forward. The steamrollers have invincibility frames, and I'm going to try to not ruin something that I could do earlier. I mean, do in a little bit. Do earlier. Hard to talk and play video games at the same time sometimes. So, if I time this just right, I'm going to shoot a bomb through the steamroller and through the barricade too. And I took damage, but still worked. Running over the foot soldier guys is kind of satisfying too. It's okay, they're just robots. And if there's one thing I'm in favor of, it's destroying the robots. This particular steamroller acts a little bit crazy. I'm just gonna go past it, not bother. Sometimes the backside of Donatello's bow can deal damage. It's just hard to actually manage to pull that off. A little rough, not too bad. This area can be pretty tough. That was horrible. Thanks. I'm going to use Leonardo here because... oh no, that's not supposed to happen. I got respawned enemies and an enemy change. Just about after every jump here, there's a flying enemy, and that happens. Okay, so... that did not happen last night. Happened today. Means I get to play through all this crap again. Ah! That was fun. So, I hope they don't respawn again. Good, they didn't. So, there's a lot of flying enemies that can be a real pain through here. And, Leonardo's kind of got that swipe. And it's, short presses, little hops to get through here, too. Not going to worry about that guy too much. He'll just do that. Just a matter of whether it's these guys or the fire guys. I want to think that both of them will just walk off the ledge. Sometimes they need encouragement. This one's kind of funny. He will not walk off this ledge. He'll get to the very edge, and then when you come over here, he'll drop. Okay. That could have been irritating. So far, I'm doing pretty good getting through this. I'll probably get hit right here. Nope, got lucky. I am going to use scrolls for this boss because this boss is a pain otherwise. It's a set of 2 bosses. And it's kind of easy for things to go a little bit wrong. Done. See what we got going on in the chat. The analog like the Mister. I think that the FPGA on the Mister and the FPGA and the analog are different, but it's kind of the same idea. It's not exactly emulation as we think of emulation. I'm terrible at describing this, so just looking up information on FPGAs, I guess it'd be worth the time if you're interested. I just know that they perform better than just like typical emulators. So, this area is also a bit of a large area. Oh, that's not fun. Get gone. You can get gone too. I need that pizza. I need the pizza a little bit more now, don't I? Hey, get down. I was going just to refill Mike here, but Don wanted to take a few to the face, I guess. These boomerang guys get on my nerves. They're kind of goofy. They just stop and jump and don't throw boomerangs, but sometimes, like that. Like, what you doing up there, my guy? They respawn constantly, too, which is a pain. And I'm doing really bad. And here is why you need the grappling hook things. It's pretty fun playing through this and seeing this. I didn't see this part of the game as a kid, and I don't know how many kids actually did make it through this. I didn't know anybody that did. Everybody just complained about the water level when we were kids. Worth it. Did I pick up more boomerangs? I did, okay. Again, those the weapon drops can really ruin your day if you've got a character selected that's using scrolls. So, this stage is a pretty large stage. There are different paths that you can take. I'm just going to go the way that I know. I'm not sure if any dead end or anything like that. I know some of the paths are probably harder than others, but again, I'm just doing what I know. Switching over to Raph because even though his attack kind of sucks, he can take a lot of little enemies out like that pretty easy, and those flying enemies. And as long as I don't run... Come on. About to say as long as I don't run into the boomerang guys, I'll be doing okay, but they instantly trapped me because that's what they do. Come on, Donatello, get up. I guess I need a long button press there. By the way, you have hops, mediums, and high jumps, just depending on how long you hold the button. Fun. Or so I'm told. I really don't want to deal with these guys right now. Not going to give me a choice, are they? What in the world? Okay, let's go. Oh, that's weird. Usually it's not that enemy in here. Usually it's those red kind of bug-looking creatures that fly back and forth. That's very unusual. This could go poorly. Again, there's going to be a lot of these boomerang guys to deal with. And I really... Usually they don't jump back up on platforms like that and follow you. Knowing the behavior of a lot of these enemies can be good. Behavior and spawn points. Not Mike. I need Donatello again. That didn't go as planned or as hoped for. Get up. Very difficult boss. So, there's a little bit of a walk here. I only have to be concerned with these planes that drop bombs sometimes. Like that. That could go bad. We're good. If you had lost a turtle earlier, turtles don't die, they just get captured. And capture turtle would have been there if we had one to worry about. So the fire down there is an instant death. For that reason, we're going to set Raph up for this. Oh, come on. That was not cool. Getting kind of rough here with Raph. This is, I'm going to switch to Mike even though he's... No, I'm going to switch to Leo. Because he's got the fewest scrolls and it's easy to take a death here. This is a rough jump. Got it. Barely. Did you see the little hop? That's a place to get nervous, I'm not going to lie. I want to think that up here there's optional pizza. Yeah, we're going to go for it. I think I'll do it again for Raph, then again for Donatello. I hope I make this jump. I don't. Doesn't matter. Honestly, I'll probably not bother getting more pizza. I think I'll be fine. Back to Raph because these enemies are aggravating otherwise. There's a pizza down there that I probably won't go for. Might be easier to hit some of these guys with Donatello. Getting loads of slowdown and having a hard time with some of the jumps here. This is another very tough jump. Nailed it. There's more to complain about coming up here. That's not where I want to go. This is where I want to go. That's not what I wanted to have happen, though. Like I've said before, Donatello just likes getting hit in the face. Okay, this room has a small pizza. This also, this room repeats 3 times, and it's rough. When you hold the direction over a short gap like this, you hop over it, you kind of have to stop moving at just the right time to fall down. And with the repeats of this room, there are, the sides of the walls close in. And I'm very lucky to make it through it. You can kind of practice in this room like this. I don't want to go down just yet. I want to do another little practice here. And I'm probably going to be quiet as I do this because this is very hard and very easy to mess up. One down. Okay. Whew. I'll be honest, it's rough to get through that. It's really easy to game over there. Boss time, giant Mauser. You can hit it right here with Donatello. And you can only usually attack it when its mouth is open like that. But if you pause the game, it will close its mouth and you can just keep attacking it. It'll never drop the smaller Mausers. And you can just keep cheesing it like that. So much for this being a glitchless run, right? I'm kind of the opinion that if it's part of the game's code, then whatever. It's not hard to beat anyway. Okay, blimp time, base time. Let me check chats. Still got John. What's up, John? Yeah, it's neat that the turtles change colors in the pause menu. So the reason I'm going to this room is because there are scrolls in here. And it's a real pain to get through here. I have memorized the enemy locations and patterns though, so I can kind of get through it. You can move left and right on the ladders here, and I need to be positioned just right here so I can get up here, do this, get to those scrolls. It's kind of crazy. I probably could get through the game with the scrolls that I have, but I'll probably farm a few more. I was trying for that pizza that's up in the top left corner. Whatever. I really don't need to pick up this many scrolls, but I'm doing it anyway. Sometimes at the top of that ladder you'll be facing to the left for some reason, and that kinda... It's not cool when that happens, but... I'm gonna try for that pizza again. Hey, I think I got it this time. And everybody's full. I'm gonna go look for the Technodrome. So, where the Technodrome appears depends on when you press start. And we have 3 holes to get up in. There are 3 caves, and this will be the first one. And I was lucky last night I got the Technodrome here in the first cave. I doubt I'm going to be that lucky tonight. Or today. Called it. Damn. So what's annoying about that is that you have to work your way back out of these caves. And this is where things can really go wrong. because you cannot jump and grab ladders, you can't get back up there. I've seen playthroughs of people doing weird things where they glitch through the ladders and all, but I don't really know how to do all that. Oh. There is a pizza over there. I guess I'll go for it. And we're back out of that cave. I'm just going to go directly to the second one. I'm not going to bother getting more scrolls or anything. Now, if I don't find the Technodrome in the second one and I have to go to the third one, I might get some pizzas and scrolls. This is a real pain through here. That guy's just going to jump down the hole, and I'll let him do it. I'll allow it. Kinda hoping that we can go ahead and get the Technodrome here. Oh. Complete opposite of last night. Man. I'm gonna whine about this. I don't wanna. All right. Pizza and scrolls. If you get caught by one of those helicopters, it just drops foot soldiers. Kind of aggravating, but it's not the end of the world. See? And I do got this, but still irritating. And I'm gonna very irritating. Trying to say that I was gonna try to get that pizza just for Michelangelo, but the game seems to have had other plans. And what is this guy doing? Bird? No bird. See if we've got a crawler right here. We do. We'll have one or two birds up here. Just one. Good. Because I need the pizza. And now I will head to the third and final cave. John, if you're still out there, I appreciate you being the sole watcher that I have today. It was kind of funny because the capture of the gameplay dropped during some of the hardest parts of this game. Like the underwater stage, which isn't really one of the hardest parts of the stage. And it dropped during the room where the walls close in. Oh man, I hate this cave. And this guy's probably going to just jump down the hole. No, he's not. Whatever. Don't have time for him. Well, one of them just decided he was going to go on vacation, so that's okay. It's so weird. The enemies will respawn if you're slightly off screen and come slightly back on screen. But then sometimes they'll just move slightly off screen and, I mean, bye. I really don't like those armored guys. Getting a lot of weird slowdown in the game here right now that I don't usually see, but maybe it's because I don't really ever go through this cave. This is going to be the Technodrome. It is not exactly a breeze, but if you know what to do, it's not too hard. Getting rid of the gun turrets and the hatch for the foot soldiers first is a good idea, because those can be a pain. Okay. And like I said, the turrets can be a pain. Now all I gotta do is just time all these hits in the eye, which you can get 3 at a time if you time it just right. I timed that bad, so I'll get 2 there. Should go down this round. And that's the Technodrome. Alright, moving on to the last area. I have to worry about jetpack guys, because jetpacks. Ugh. And it's starting me off right with one of these jetpack guys, which is not cool. They deal a lot of damage and they're a real pain. I'm already struggling. I could have just tried to avoid them. Very disappointed. And I do believe there will be another one right here. Come on! Are you kidding me? Well, that was horrible. I think these turrets are the only enemies that will remain defeated if you move off screen. They don't respawn. Getting really weird spawns on these flying enemies too. Man, I don't even know what to do here. This is rougher than it usually is. Let's use Leo for a moment. He's got the most scrolls. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me, that happens a lot. Okay, nope, Leo. We're gonna start off with the boomerang guy. He's gone. There are a few annoying enemy spawns throughout this area. Just gotta know where they are and when to attack. Scrolls. Leo is now the lowest on scrolls, so we will give those to him. Those usually don't hop up here, but one of them was really trying, which I don't really like. There's a pizza down here. Snatch. Down here can be rough because sometimes we get jetpack guys down here. I don't like the jetpack guys if you don't know that yet. Hey! Fine, I'm gonna switch to Don and I'll show you why, because I'm gonna just do the gondola to get through here. Very irritating. That little pickup, I think that's the first time you've seen it this game, this playthrough. It's kind of like an invincibility. Oh no, I picked up ninja stars. Shurikens. That's not cool. I'm just going to try to gondola underneath these guys with Donatello. This hallway is full of jetpack guys. And it is not fun to try to get through. I'm doing quite poorly. So that guy sometimes turns around after he spawns, like that. That's what I expect them to do. They don't always do it. There's a pattern that you can get through here that I can never get, where you can just kind of mow down everything real quick. I'm not gonna let that happen. I'm close to the end. There's going to be a jetpack ninja boss here. Well, he's not really a ninja, but... he got me. I'll be honest, I don't know if I can really cheese Shredder with the shurikens like this. I guess I can try. I'm going to go in. He's got a ray that turns you into an unmutated normal turtle, which kind of stinks. Those barely do any damage to him, so I'm switching over to Leo because he's about to go down. And that is Ninja Turtles for the NES. And Splinter says we saved the world. Yay. And he can somehow turn back into a human. Maybe they used the gun that they got from Shredder. Man, he looks old. And April. Let's celebrate with a pizza. I guess it's better than a cake and a peck on the nose. And that's the end of the game. We don't get any credits or anything. Pretty bare bones, but pretty neat. If you do like this game, I highly recommend a Famicom game named Getsu Fumaden. The main character plays just like Leonardo does in this game. It's another game made by Konami. Pretty awesome.